All righty, we are back. I hope y'all enjoyed that music from the radio. Check us out 24 hours. It's time for that acronym, and we're getting ready to get into this show.
So, as you guys know, the acronym is to kind of set the tone for the show, give us a vibe of what we'll be talking about, and just kind of provide some new perspective. So the topic of today is peeling through the plastic. We're going to be talking
through the plastic.
That's right. We're going to be talking about dealing with fake people and weeding out negative influences. So the acronym of today is PRETEND. So P is for pompous, having an excessive sense of self-importance, often displaying arrogance or grandiosity.
Grandiose. That's another word to go
Grandiose.
with.
Grandiose. Yes, my bad. Yes.
That's okay. Yeah, okay.
It's a big word.
I love it.
R is for reclusive, avoiding social interaction and preferring to be alone, often isolating oneself from others.
That's me.
E is for envious, feeling resentment or jealousy towards others' achievements or possessions.
That's not me.
T is for timid, lacking courage or confidence, often showing excessive shyness or hesitation. E is for evasive, avoiding giving direct or straightforward answers and responses. N is for narcissistic, excessively self-centered and preoccupied with one's own importance or achievements. D is for defensive, overly sensitive to criticism and quick to react with hostility or excuses.
So N and D go hand in hand, huh?
N and D, what was that again? Narcissistic and defensive. Yep. Yep, that's right.
Ooh, y'all know we getting ready to have a show. Peeling back the plastic.
Peeling back the plastic. That's what we talking about today.
That's what we talking about today. But before we start talking,
what we gonna do?
I need my co-host to bring these ladies up on the stage, baby. Do it like no other person can do it.
All right.
Best co-host.
And I know y'all been on the show, watching the show, and y'all see the lovely lovelies on the show today. And so I want to not introduce them, but reintroduce them to the show and to you. And to my near left, wow.
What?
The very beautiful, the very lovely, pure. What other word I can come up with?
Holy.
Holy. Sanctified. All right.
Filled with
Oh my God. Y'all seen her. Y'all heard her. Miss Christina Price. Say hello to her, to people.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you for having me again.
And again and again and again.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself, Miss Christina.
Well, my name is Christina Price. I'm a mother of one. I am a lover of God. I'm a makeup artist / baker.
You bake too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, she bake.
Yeah.
She can bake anything.
So a little bit of everything. Yeah.
You cook?
I do cook. I love to cook. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is my holiday. The family let me have it.
All right. Huh?
But she's leaving out something that.
What's she leaving out?
She's leaving out something. She is truly a friend. You know, when you call someone a friend, you can't just, I don't throw that word around lightly. And I've always said to my children, everybody ain't your friend. You know, your family's your friend. Everybody ain't your friend. But I can truly call Christina a friend. We connected like when we met and we connected, it's like we've been friends forever. And so, welcome, friend.
Thank you so much. I love
Welcome
you.
to the fam.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And also we have coming to the stage. No, this is not a stage.
It is a stage. Moment.
Coming to the stage, our very own. I call her my daughter. She's very beautiful. She's lovely. She's bubbly. She's happy. She's just a ball of fun. So we just love having her around us, around my family. Miss Alyia Allen.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Come on in here. Come on in here. Tell people
How
who
you
you are.
doing?
I'm doing good. So
Yeah.
I am Alyia.
What else?
I'm a graduate from TSU.
What? Go ahead.
Got my major in
Did y'all
biology.
just win the game?
I'm not sure.
You got to keep up.
Yeah, y'all
I
did-
was supposed to.
Y'all did
Labor Day
win.
Classic.
Yeah,
I'll
y'all.
be surprised if we did.
I heard. Didn't
I
y'all?
think PV kicked
Oh,
y'all
they kicked
tail.
up. I was.
usually.
Oh, really? Y'all like that?
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Your band.
I don't know.
Y'all band did good.
We good at other things.
Okay, like law. Oh, is that y'all got a good law program?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there
Not
you go.
so good in sports, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'll say, but you're educated.
Exactly.
Go ahead now. Talk
Yes.
to the people. Tell them a
Got
little bit
my
more.
Bachelor's in biology, majored in biology, minored in chemistry. With that,
Wait. You're not gonna just brush.
You're not gonna speed past.
You know what? That is my biggest accomplishment. So
Talk about it.
Talk about that.
Yes.
Stay right there.
yes, that actually is my biggest accomplishment. And right now, what I do with that, thankfully, to the lovely Miss Valerie Carter,
I give it to God.
Yeah, in the Lord. Yeah.
Okay.
I work in the lab every day studying specimens. Thankfully, I love my career and would not trade that for the world.
All right.
Free time, totally focused on fitness right now.
Mhm.
So I do want to make a creative ebook. So y'all be on the lookout.
Mhm.
Might be
Okay.
working up something.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You know, and that has been. Alyia is not just a good Judy. She is also my daughter.
Mhm.
And she is my employee, and she's a good person. But I love the fact that I saw her when she came in when I hired her.
Mhm.
And then I also saw a trans of something happening.
Mhm.
But then I had to have that conversation with her. She's not one of those people that don't take constructive feedback.
Mhm.
She took it. And I'm just so amazed. I'm so proud of how. And so when she's talking about that ebook and
Mhm.
fitness, I had to say something to her one day that I struggled with saying because I never want to break anybody down, but I saw her let herself go. And I'm like, girl, you gonna sit around all these people and let you see they eating everything? You too young. I did or not?
Yeah, you did.
And she got it together.
Mhm.
And I'm so proud of you. And she feels so good about herself.
I
And
do.
that's a hard.
Used to be. Yeah, I was.
She didn't used to be, and then all of a sudden she did.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this young lady?
Yeah, she was a little more chunky on the chunky side.
And I never liked it. Wasn't about putting them down, but
Mhm.
she's young, she's beautiful, and she has so much in front of her. And the hardest thing sometimes to do is to tell someone that you love something that can hurt them, but it's going to help them in the long run.
Mhm.
And so I thank you for receiving.
But if you love me, tell the truth.
Tell me the
Yeah,
truth.
help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
I'm gonna be offended at first,
Yeah, but
but if I love myself, I'm gonna adhere to what you said.
Right.
So she got
That's a
something.
blessing.
When it come out, y'all check it out because I'm telling you, she is about that business.
And so if you go to our page after the show, you'll see the full spectrum of these lovely ladies and how beautiful they are and well
Outside and inside.
yes, they are.
There you go. There you go. I got you,
I just
baby.
want to know, y'all so well dressed. What I mean,
Who
I know
dressed-
y'all can't tell where you get your clothes from or nothing like that, but y'all look so nice. I mean, every time I see the both of you, you're so well put together.
Yeah. You like that,
How
huh?
do you do that?
How you do that early in the morning at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning?
Do y'all go out the house like to Walmart or anything? Ever not?
Do you
Not.
put yourself together?
I'm being honest. I'm not always.
I'm not always like this, but you know, I'm presentable.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
When you
Presentable?
step out, you
Okay.
presentable.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
should. You adorn yourself when you
Yeah,
step out.
absolutely.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
That's why y'all good friends with my wife.
Hello. We're not rolling any kind of way.
Right.
Because the way you look and feel inside out is how people
Mhm.
gonna treat you.
Treat you, absolutely.
I'm just saying that.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
I'm gonna go on ahead and peel back this plastic.
Then
Peel
we
through the
got a
plastic.
little bit of the plastic off already
All
around here.
right,
So
then. Well, let's just jump on in here, Brother Carter.
okay, why do
I'ma
people
let you
put up
start
with
it.
them? Why do you think people put on a fake persona?
Because they don't feel good about themselves. That's my opinion.
Yeah. What you think, Christina?
It's the same thing. They don't feel good about themselves, or they don't feel like they're enough for another person. And sometimes they do it intentionally with certain people because they're intimidated by that person. Right. And they feel like they don't level up to that person. So let me act as if I'm on your level. You know what I'm saying? So let me put on this front.
But what they don't know is looking like an act. Right?
People see through it clearly. Like,
you're not on my level. You know that.
And if you're not, it's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody not gonna be on the same level, but
but be where you at.
Yeah, talk to people. They can help you.
Yeah, because Christina, when I first met her, I had been sitting at that bar minding my own at Grace's. I was sitting there trying to get you, baby. Let me tell you something. So I wasn't getting no good service. No. So she walk in. Baby, she started rolling out. They start rolling out the red carpet. Now y'all know I'm petty. I said,
you can't say that on this show.
I'm gonna say part of it. I said,
who is this girl?
No. What I said was, what's going on? I said, what's going on over there? That she getting this kind of service. I've been sitting here 2 hours, and I get it. But it was her energy. It was how. Yeah, okay. But she came on in what I love so much about her. She said, that hasn't been my experience. And she got everything together. That's that good.
She knows what she's doing. That's their personality.
Yeah, you just gotta be nice.
Yeah.
So what you trying to say? I wasn't nice. At that point I wasn't. I was at first.
Were you toxic at the time?
No, I didn't raise my voice, and I didn't get upset, but I was sitting there and they were taking me out of my peace.
But you got upset when you seen them roll out the red carpet.
I turned to my friend
your money just like
Sonia. I turned to my friend Sonia, sister Sonia. I told her, girl, what's going on over here? So I had my other good Judy there,
and me just friendly vibe and not knowing what's going on. Just happy to be there, having a good time. And I'm talking to Sonia because she was sitting next to me, and she had this ring on. I think Val had a ring on her phone, and I was like, oh, everybody knows somebody named that because somebody called.
Yes.
And I'm like, and they called the phone, called the name out. And I'm like, everybody have a friend with that name. And so me and Sonia started talking, and Val was on the phone, and then Val get off the phone like, well, what's going on? Like, what you doing? And when I tell you, after that, like they literally had to kick us out the restaurant. They kicked us out
the restaurant.
It was like, all right, y'all got to leave.
No, we done gave y'all all kind of notice. Y'all don't see us cleaning up the whole. It's empty.
Yeah,
literally the restaurant. Yes, at Grace's, we shut it down.
Yes, and so that's how this relationship has developed.
Yes,
started there.
Yes.
Wow. So to go back to the question there, Leah, I didn't give you an opportunity to ask about people's fake persona.
So I actually am glad that I have a good fake radar.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
come on now.
What you call it?
A fake radar.
Okay.
That's what we can call it.
Okay.
So I can sense immediately if somebody's being genuine or not. And I don't mess with people that's not genuinely themselves, for personal reasons. But people, like you said, put up a front to hang out with, people want to hang out with the Joneses, so people do put up the front, but I just like people who are themselves. I mean, technically, going by like a couple of books that I read, you're supposed to have friends that are above you at your level and a couple below you. I mean, there's some that you need to teach, some that y'all are just on the same wavelength, and some that you learn from. So with that being said, we all don't need to be on the same equilibrium. So just be authentic. That's how I feel.
Yeah. But don't you find I don't mean to take
no, y'all love this. You helping us out today.
But at some degree, correct me if I'm wrong, that we all have some kind of fake persona at some time in life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think when you say we all have fake persona.
In other words, we put on airs, masks, or plastic or whatever. Since we're taking off plastic, we all have times where we kind of put this plastic on, what you say?
But is that
depend on the audience, depend on the people we're around.
Okay.
I think sometimes, depending on where you're at mentally when you're going into a situation, sometimes you have to motivate yourself to get to that place, depending on what's going on with you at that moment. But I don't think that defines you as being fake or plastic.
Right.
It's what's going on with you. Now, if this is the person that you walk around and you're being that person all the time, you're always trying to be something that you're not. That's the plastic person I really don't want to put on, be around. But
and it show too when you're not authentic.
Yes,
things don't flow like you should.
So just motivating yourself, because I'm not gonna just show up at a party and automatically feel like that's where I'm supposed to be, especially if it's people I don't know. So I may have to encourage myself and kind of read the room and get myself up. Now, once I get there, I am who I am.
Because I see a lot of people, especially people of color.
Why just people? You don't see, you just see people of color?
Because I don't generally hang with
others.
None.
Okay.
People.
Okay.
So generally people of color, and we're different when we're with ourselves versus when we get in a corporate setting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And so that's some kind of mask that we put on, I guess.
Is that plastic? So you're saying we can all be plastic because at work and depending on the work environment. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think it's being plastic. I used to identify it as that too, but it's just like that's just another side of you.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I'm not.
And that's what I came to the conclusion. It's not being fake.
Right.
It's just reading the room and knowing
how to act,
how to conduct yourself where you at. If you're in church, you ain't gonna say N words, and you're not gonna cuss
nobody out. So
what's the difference?
That's not being fake. When I get out here, catch me on the parking lot. I see Abigail. Go ahead.
I think that kind of goes into like code switching a bit too.
Yes.
Like you have to kind of, it's not being fake, but you are, kind of have to adapt to your environment. And if the people around you aren't on that level, you might have to adjust maybe the way you speak or the way you act or even the way you dress.
Right.
That might not be true to who you really are, but sometimes, like you said, you have to read the room and kind of do what's appropriate in the moment.
And see, and I thank God I've grown to a place where whether I'm in corporate or whether I'm at home, I generally can be myself. Because they know who I am.
Exactly.
Even corporate America, they be like, "Oh, there go Long." That's who he is.
Yeah, right, right.
I think I have to say that I don't even think it's being fake. I do think that you need to read the room. I think you need to know your audience, and you need to, because sometimes being aggressive may make other people feel intimidating. You understand? So you have to read the room. One of the things that I take myself back to corporate America, and I had a lot of employees initially would use this, and I couldn't understand it. And because I'm tall, and when I would talk to people, they said they felt intimidated. And it was a lot of Caucasian women that would use this. You intimidate me, or Miss Carter would intimidate me when I speak. And so I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. But what they were really saying is if I'm standing up over them, it made them feel, because most of them were shorter than me. I felt like they were really just trying to attack me because I was in my me feelings. But what they were saying, they felt small. They felt attacked. They felt like, oh my God, what's going to happen if they don't agree? Well, I had to learn to adapt.
Well, I think that people, they get this notion, something been said, something been learned of women, Black women being angry, and they come into this setting with that
mindset
process,
yes,
and they automatically intimidated just
because I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what ends up happening,
whether you're tall, but if you're just,
but you play into that.
If you're an affirm,
if you're an assertive,
yes, you're that kind of woman, yes, then.
But I had
some
to
men even get intimidated.
But I had to also learn that because you can play right into their narrative,
right?
If you're not careful with it. So I had to also learn. I had to take that power back from them because when people are doing that, they're kind of playing you like a little puppet. And so I had to learn to take that back and then not losing myself, not dumbing myself down, but I had to take that back and figure out what's best for me and
that's
the
way
room.
to navigate yourself. Yes.
So, yeah,
definitely.
That was real good.
Okay. Well, take over your show now.
Okay, but Brother Carter. Okay, Brother Carter. Okay, so
based on the conversation you just had.
I don't need you to flip no script on me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We have a comment from Lanita Bennett. She said, I don't think it's fake to adapt to your environment. Your personality would always show through. It's just another side of you.
Right.
There you go.
I think that sums it up perfectly. Right.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, your mama's on the line. Miss Felicia Allen, give her a shout out. Hello.
She said, yes, much love the Carter crew and guests. You all look amazing and you are beautiful, Aaliyah.
She is so amazing. Thank you, Felicia, for joining in this morning. How do you go ahead? How do you make how do you make sure that the people around you aren't impacting you in a negative way? That's a good one there. Think about that. How do you make sure that the people around you aren't impacting you negatively?
Oh, that can go back to the conversation we was having earlier.
Right. But I kind of want to go back to this. Do people make you that you really know is not healthy for you? Can they put you in a negative space?
Yes. Subconsciously, yes.
Yes. So how do
and subconsciously?
Okay, so how do you handle that? Now that you know.
Now that I know to separate because I know how detrimental it can be, and it'll slip up on you. That's how the enemy attack you, and you don't even know you didn't been got.
It's now you all out of character.
Yeah, if you notice it, you separate.
Yes.
So and you have to separate yourself from people that actually bring you out of character to a place that you don't want to be. I realized that about myself. If somebody has an impact of bringing me to a Alyia that I don't want to be,
a negative Alyia. Yes,
I can't associate with you.
Can you say that one more time? I love the way you just said that.
Okay.
Can you?
If I realize that somebody has the capability of bringing me to a different side of myself, the negative Alyia that I don't want to be, they have that, they're getting that power, and from that point forward we can't associate with each other.
And I don't think it's anything wrong with making a decision that's
separate.
I don't, and that goes right back to what we were talking about earlier, and it's easier for us to say we can separate from friends, foes, or whoever, but when it comes to family, they get a different brush.
And so my question would be, what do you do when you can't separate?
But you can't.
Wait. Let me finish.
All right, Brother Carter.
There's always two sides to a coin.
Come on, baby, flip it.
There's always two sides. You're in a situation where you can't just separate.
Okay.
How do you?
What is a can't? What situation you in that
you can be in a situation where you have to adjust yourself in life? There are going to be times in our lives we're going to run into situations where you just can't just go, I'm gone.
Right.
Okay. True. Fair enough. Right.
You're going to have to be in there to face it head on. How do you make the adjustment for yourself?
Okay, does facing it, you okay?
Yeah.
We can face you. That's good. I like that.
Listen to me though.
Okay, brother.
And I'm talking to the ladies
because I don't need no help.
I got to save you for the next show. Temple and toxic.
You so petty.
So yes. So when you're in a situation where you just think like you might be at work with someone that I don't like this heifer, and I hate coming to work, and this heifer here every day I come to work. But you got to deal with it every day. How can you make the adjustments for yourself where to keep you in a place of peace or happiness or joy instead of being in a negative
or losing your job?
Yeah, instead of being in a negative place, because we all work with somebody that we don't like.
Keep yourself in a peaceful.
Yeah, how do you do that though?
why would you fill yourself up with? I mean, first of all, like if I'm at work and it's somebody I don't like, I'm gonna stay my distance. I'm gonna surround myself with those people that I do like and get that good energy.
Yes.
But for those people, it's like, I'll speak and be cordial.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna engage in a conversation.
Hanging around in that
I'm not
circle.
gonna hang around with you.
Right.
I don't care if my best friend is next to you. I'm like, oh, I'll talk to you later, best friend.
Yes.
So what?
Yes.
So if you're in a conversation,
nope.
And this girl show up, and girl, you dealing with that too? You'll just
if she show up saying it, I'll have a conversation with her.
Yeah, you wouldn't just separate yourself.
No, I wouldn't just be like, oh no, because I mean, at that point, she want to talk. We can be cordial. Now I'm gonna watch what I receive from her. I'm gonna watch the things that I,
yes,
absolutely.
Okay. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm trying to get to. Because I
might be a little opposite.
Okay, well, I'm so glad. Come on, be honest.
Because you work in close.
So does Christina. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was like
I go to work for the people.
For the people.
Like I go to work for
my situation is different. Because when I run into my coworkers, I can go in the lab and
close the door and just be done with them. Yeah, okay.
Which may not be a good thing.
A healthy thing.
Right. But that's
I'm gonna say it's healthy for the environment that she has. Because here's one of the things
that's just a temporary relief, though.
Right. But eventually
she come out. But I think it's a good thing for Alyia because she has a personality that is very matter of fact. It's a very matter of fact.
Yes.
So when you cross that line, she's that one that's gonna go there. So I love that about her, but I also love the fact that she has a retreat. People need to have some place that they can retreat and gather themselves and then come out.
Yes.
Not everybody is able to switch it at that time.
I'm a switcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so everybody can't do that. So I love the fact that she has a place that she can gather herself.
Yeah, because when I go in there, it's not that I'm trying to distance myself and not engage. It could, I have safe spaces.
Yeah.
I could go to my car. I could go anywhere, and I need to. It could be a prayer. It could be listen to a podcast. It could be anything. Me to collect, gather my words. You don't want me if you put me in a space where you're just coming at me. It's I can't control what's coming out.
Right. Yes.
Right.
And that's a great way of explaining the differences of everyone. We can't make people react and handle things the way we do.
Right.
And I think everybody's different. And so one of the things that when you really get to know a person, how what they need. Because the first time I seen that in her, I mean, it's like, I was like, But I learned something about myself. I learned that, that means how can you help her help herself? And so I learned that she needed to kind of just give her up.
She just out of control. That's all she don't.
Let me talk to her. Okay, we got some questions out here.
We actually have a couple comments, but I wanted to kind of add to that too. I think it's also really important to identify what your triggers are. And Coach Bree is going to kind of touch on what I'm about to say, but it's not other people are going to rub you the wrong way.
Right.
Like in any situation, it doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It just means that it bothers you for whatever reason.
Right. That's just their nature.
And that's just who they are. They can't change who they are, and you can't fault them for it. It just irritates you.
I just don't like them because of who they are.
Exactly. And that's not their fault. And so I've taken the time to really study myself. And when I get in that irritable place, I'm like, what was it that made me feel this way in any relationship?
Yes.
And then know when to pull back, when to be like, you know what, I'm not liking this situation. It may not be justified. It may just be a random trigger that is not fair to anybody.
Exactly.
But I'm again going to act out of character, or I might get snippy. So I need to take a step back. And just
gather myself.
Gather myself for the sake of everybody else's peace and my own.
And what I do for myself, because and I'm not pointing you out because I kind of have that same thing. I have to say, this conversation is over with. I don't want to talk. Give me my moment back up because I.
You say back up.
I do. Literally, I have to because that something has triggered me.
Yeah,
and I don't want that to take me to a place that I can't come back from.
Exactly.
And words is something that you can't recover from once you put those out there. So
so let's talk about
really quick. I want to
Go
read Coach Bree's and Tiara's comment because they're kind of helping sum up what we're talking about right here. Coach Bree said, we have to stop making everything about everyone else. Focus on your thoughts and your actions. Tiara said, you can absolutely take a step away to get your head right. You just have to know when to pull back. I'll even say, I need a break from this right now.
There you go.
Advocating for yourself.
There you go. And it's nothing wrong with that. I love those comments, but especially people have to respect when you say, back up, give me a break, give me a moment. Let's come back and deal with this when we both are in a good headspace, because you may be over here wanting to talk, but that other person may be up here and it's not going to be a conversation. It's going to be an attack.
And that's something I need to work on, because when I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm getting a little heated, I need to communicate, hey, can we just talk about this later? And I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
you actually want us to just stop.
But
yes.
Now, what if you're dealing with a person who like, no, I want to talk right now?
Exactly.
Well,
for
me,
I'm that person. I think I got to think about it. I'm that person. Like, no, we got to talk right now.
Well, I think
you got to get it out.
Yeah, because
but like, that's
okay.
Got to get it out.
I'm that person too, huh? I am.
Yeah, you have to get it out.
Yeah.
Because if I hold it in, it's almost like it's just balling up. So
I thought you were more of we have to talk about this later.
Well, I am that.
Okay. So you're both.
I'm both. But really, I do need to get it out, but I need to kind of fall back.
Okay.
When I'm feeling attacked, stop. When I feel myself really going there and getting to a place that we're just going to argue, stop.
So for today's segment, today's lesson, what we're going to do today is practice how to not react when we are triggered.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Brother Carter. So you're gonna be the unlicensed therapist for the room.
I'll be the unlicensed therapist.
I need my therapist licensed people to come through.
So for today's segment, we want to learn how to not react when we are triggered. And so because we all have, I'm just thinking in my mind that people I work with, I just get annoyed with the individual just for no reason, just because the individual is the individual. You know, it's nothing to do with nothing else, but it's just my personal issues with the person being that person.
Yeah.
And so, and I think if I'm having those kind of feelings, I think most people have those same kind of feelings that, so I have to learn how to The person ain't really did nothing wrong.
So you have to breathe.
Yes. That person ain't really done nothing wrong.
But what if they have
the same individual that been for the last 20 years? And you sit up here and you get upset with this person every time.
So then it goes to, is it that person?
Or is it you? Okay, so that's there you go. Are you the problem? Okay. But when you're having a conversation or something is really going on at that moment that you need to back, that's different.
Yeah.
Because if you walk in the room and you have a problem with somebody simply because
we have issues with people that are them.
I don't have issues with them. We talking about real people here.
Right. But the real issue is, like you said, it's right here.
I don't have issues with them.
Right here. Right. But I'm making Abigail the problem though.
Right. I don't like Abigail. I don't like her.
Her attitude that don't fit with me.
Okay.
Just saying that.
But I think that's different from you're in a situation that someone has triggered you in a way because that person is known to be, that person is always coming for you with something.
But why you still have that trigger?
Right.
Because you haven't dealt with it.
Right. That's what I want to talk about today.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Learning how.
I don't want Christina sitting next to you next time. Christina is my friend, and she ain't here sitting next to him.
She co-signed.
Yeah, she co-signed. Alyia, we right here. Christina, I thought we was right here. Okay, I love it. I love it.
No, Christina hearing sound doctrine.
Yeah.
So
you told me Dale just had this conversation.
We
too.
did.
What do you think I'm too? Yes. Sometimes, But
Say it again.
it was when we were having dinner, and you asked me, "Do you think I talk too harsh sometimes to people?" Or something you asked me like that.
This is what I said. Do you
In
think
this
I can come
situation.
off in situations a little too direct or harsh? And my good Judy said, "Yeah." I was like, I don't think so. I was like, in my mind, I was like, girl, you girl, what?
you don't know me.
No. I was like, oh, there's an imposter sitting here. No, but I love people that are honest.
Right.
And so she had to break it down. So it wasn't that I'm a bad person.
No.
What she's saying
she
is
wasn't
because
saying
I'm
that.
direct. Some people that can't handle. Go ahead, tell them.
Some people, sometimes it's okay to be direct, like, I'm saying how I feel and what I want to say, and I'm
It's
being
how I'm
direct with you.
delivering.
But it's how you deliver it
Yeah.
sometimes. And sometimes people can talk with a lot of aggression and like,
Yes.
no, you need to get out of my face right now.
Oh, I don't talk like that.
No, I don't think you talk like
Okay.
that. Just in sometimes, but just in general. Like,
Shady boots around here.
You sat at the bar with her a time or two. And
But and then because Val is she knows a lot, and she's very assertive by the things that she say, because she knows just from experience and just life in general. So she talk with a lot of
Passion. I think it's passion.
It is passion.
Mhm.
And sometimes it carries over to the other side when you have to be direct and say, well, no, I don't think we should do this right now. Sometimes that passion go over in that, no, I don't think we should do that right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And it
love
can be
that.
aggressive to other people, to
Right.
the person receiving
especially when
it.
they bring
And you don't mean
bring
no
you
harm.
your plate of food, and then you this ain't right.
I've never done that.
Ooh, I have to stand up for you on that one.
Come on, come
Okay,
on.
no,
Stand up. I appreciate you. Come on.
I'm not saying I'm.
Can somebody out there please help me in the audience or something?
I got you, Miss Carter.
Okay, come on.
I will say you are very stern person. You are very direct. And I do think that some people might find that intimidating. People, like you said, who aren't right with themselves.
Mhm.
When I first met you, you hired me. You know what I'm saying? I was an intern for you. So I had every reason to be intimidated by you, but I never took it as that you were trying to be intimidating. I always respected you for it, because I like that. I like very clear communication. This is exactly what I want, and this is how I want it. I don't like that wishy-washy
Right.
people who beat around the bush type of thing. So I've always really admired that about you. And I never felt intimidated. I was always like, okay, that's what she wants, is what she's gonna get.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're gonna get another raise. Alyia, you gonna cut your raise off of Alyia, okay? And Christina, I don't know what kind of Christmas present I'm gonna give you this year. I love y'all.
But that's why you get so much respect. Because you set boundaries, and I do love that about you.
And her favorite line, which I love it. I think it's funny, but you only do it with people you're real comfortable with. But get off my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Get off my phone.
She gets the answer she wants, and then she's like, bye.
That's a family trademark.
And the phone hangs up so quick. I'm like,
Yeah. That's when they say bye, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Literally.
I
She hung
think
up on her mother yesterday. Her mother was on the phone still talking. When she said bye, then she had to call back. Mama, I heard you saying
it's not okay. Okay, there are some things I can work on, but the name of this show is Peeling Back the Plastic.
That's
One
what
thing
we're
I don't
doing.
have, but
You don't
the
have
one,
any plastic.
No,
it is
you
what
don't
it
have
is.
That's very
well,
Okay,
let's just see.
You want to see if I have some plastic?
Yeah, because we all have things we need to work on.
Okay, well, what plastic
And so
I
the
have?
plastic of what we just talked about.
Okay, tell me what plastic I have.
You have
You can tell them
I don't know.
that because if I
have
have
no plastic.
okay, I
I
told
didn't say you had plastic. I have plastic.
okay, there you go. Okay, okay, go.
I'm not like Abigail. I'm intimidated.
Oh, you know what?
You're married to her, though.
Y'all so messy. Okay, let's just go back to peeling back the plastic. We're gonna get this show back on, but Tiara, What is Tiara saying out there?
She said, direct people, ensure you know where you stand. And I always appreciate that.
Mhm.
Exactly. There's no plastic. There's no, did she really mean that?
Right,
or what does she really
Mhm.
want from me? Like I said, I like clear, direct communication.
Right.
Exactly what needs to be heard. I don't like.
I think I do.
fooled.
But I also think that also comes with what I appreciate you saying to me,
Mhm.
because it's all in the delivery.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you saying that. And
Mhm.
if I need to change that, God is going to change that.
Absolutely.
So I receive what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, my
Okay.
friend.
So if
Compared to when I
if it's-
first started working for you, though, your delivery is a lot better.
So, girl, you ain't getting you are not getting a raise to you. What do you mean by delivery?
No.
Oh, yeah, you
honestly, compared
it
to when I
was.
first started working with you, you were blunt and
Mhm.
straight. Like you would kind of make me emotional. You were, like,
Really?
straight to the point. But now it's you learn who people are.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you find ways to talk to depending on the person. You find ways to talk
To communicate.
Yeah,
To adjust.
the way that
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. That
Mhm.
means you're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And to have a level of understanding
Exactly,
of how
'cause you
they may do
understand-
things.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not personal. You
Right.
know, she's not trying to hurt me or harm me.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
that's just who she is.
Right. Because you'll
Mhm.
even say sometimes, okay, Leah, I mean this with love.
Mhm.
So you understand that I need to be communicated
In a
on
certain way.
gentle way.
Mhm.
But
Because Lachey don't get the same thing.
she get it too. Everybody get it.
Lachey-
Everybody gets it.
I be hearing Lachey, boy.
And I love it.
Say, "Oh, Lachey."
But she can take that though.
But I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. But here's the thing that I think where there is no plastic at. I think
Mhm.
you take the time. In the beginning, I can't come at you just being this person,
Mhm.
No.
because I have to, as a leader,
Right.
Mhm.
right.
even as a friend, I'm not gonna, or someone that I'm wanting, inspiring to have a friendship, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna just be that open person.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to see who you are.
Mhm.
I need to learn you, and I need to learn myself if I'm gonna be okay in this
Yeah.
space with you.
Mhm.
So as I learn people, I treat them accordingly.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You know, if there is someone that
And as a leader, you have a obligation, a responsibility to your clients. So your employees need to.
no, I'm just I operate like that in my life.
Mhm.
So in
Okay.
my life, I with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
I have to meet them where they're at. Now, I'm not going to show you all of who I am
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but once I learn and I make a decision that I want you in my space,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to treat you accordingly because I've taken the time to study you.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mhm. Get to know
Yes.
you so I know how I can talk to you, how I can
Exactly.
Handle you, yeah.
and everything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So on today's show, we realized that we all have some plastic in our lives, something that we need to peel back.
So I haven't realized it yet.
Yes, you did.
I'm not plastic.
No, you're taking the word plastic literal.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying by plastic is that's something that we all can change to make ourselves better.
That's
So
not what I'm
that's
saying.
Something we all can peel back
Okay.
a little bit
Okay,
to
Brother
make
Carter.
things better. And you just said it earlier today.
What I said, Brother
You
Carter.
said your delivery.
Mm.
You said your
Well,
delivery.
I didn't change.
No.
Okay.
You said your delivery. That's your plastic right there. You made it on live TV. You made it on live TV. You say, "Thank you, Christina."
Thank you.
No, she said that to you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, can we
Christina.
just
That's
move
so-
on?
Okay.
Okay, can we go
So
to this
let's
next
go
one
to
here?
Aaron real quick.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in real quick because I think what Brother Carter's trying to get at is something I
Mm.
learned recently.
No
If-
raise for you either. Babe, I'm
You
gonna
didn't
get
even
off.
hear what I had to say.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Don't judge until the trial's over.
Okay, I love it. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say though, the idea of being able to practice compassion because you can see yourself in others. As Christians, I think one of the reasons we're able to, share the love of Jesus is because when we start looking through his eyes, when we start seeing with his heart and let him transform ourselves, we're able to see our worst parts in others. And so I think what Brother Carter's trying to get at is, I guess with the communication aspect, you've developed the capacity to meet people where they're at, but still be direct and true to yourself.
Yeah. Still
Girl,
working on it though. I appreciate it.
I'm not still working.
No, that's
You're
I
still
didn't
working
say
on
you
it.
still working. I said I'm still.
But she was
working
talking about me.
I was referring to
See, listen to her.
yeah, no, you were talking about like her communication and
Yes.
everything. And I think what you were trying to get at is being like you're able to peel through the plastic. Like the thing that lets you peel it is being able to express and have capacity for compassion. And so what I understood was because Miss Carter has developed that capacity to do that, not perfectly, because no one's perfect, period.
Right.
But because she's able to have that, that's what you're saying is how she's peeled through that plastic.
Right.
But what Miss Carter is also saying is, I don't have that plastic now. But what you're saying is that was a plastic she peeled through.
Right.
Oh, beautiful.
And you still want to cut me off?
You get a raise. You get a double raise.
You said a whole lot to clean that up.
But I like how you brought that back and you put God in the center of that because that was so beautiful. And I didn't even realize that was what was happening because I was seeing the compassion of others. And that's what really, oh, baby, that's so good. You get a double raise. Speak that thing. Thank you, Brother Carter.
So, hey, what you say about this here, about peeling back the plastic in your life, that area, just choose one area in your life where you can just.
I think it has to go back to what I was saying earlier. I need to, as far as what I need to do to better myself.
Right.
In very heated, I'm not gonna even say very heated, in heated situations.
And see, your biggest thing you talked about today was your family, and with family member or something that
Come, Brother Carter.
And
yeah,
so
well,
I'm just saying,
right.
What can you get out of this conversation that make things you can peel plastic off yourself versus having them peel the plastic off of them?
So I would say, I do tend to cut off family members if they've did something to me to hurt me in any way or to hurt ones that I love. But as you were saying earlier, I can find ways to still associate in group settings without going ghost, because that is giving that person the power. So I do want to learn to still put myself in a situation where I can still mingle and it doesn't bother me. I want to be that strong.
You want to get there.
Yeah, where I can, she does not faze me. She says something about, but I do want to get there. I'm not there yet, but that is something that I do want to peel off.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah. See, that's what we want to do on the Love and Victory show. I feel a small victory that took place right here today. So that we're going to give credit to God for that, for doing what he's doing in our lives. Because we all, like I said, we all have something that we can.
So you're going to bring that all the way around the room?
I'm going to just, yes, because we about to close.
No, but I want to ask her and then ask me and then ask them.
I asked you already.
No, I didn't say what I wanted to. The same question you asked her, ask me.
Ask you? Okay.
Ask the question.
The question is there something in your life that you can peel back as far as plastic in your life that affects you in a way that you're not directing that other person to pull the plastic off their life, but to fix, but more.
I think I had that
you.
experience. I think I kind of overcame that this week. But I want to work more on in the initial when someone that may not necessarily be coming from a good place and they do something to that you feel offensive or hurt you. Don't take it so personal. I really want to get to a place that I don't let it affect me initially, because that initial sting is almost like gut pushing, right. And I kind of have to.
And it make you react.
It does, but I didn't react this week. I'm proud of myself, but I don't want it to be so.
Right.
I really want to be able to
you don't want it to hurt.
Yeah, I want to be like, okay, well, what did you expect them to do? So why are you letting it affect you so deeply? Because it affects me so deeply. I don't that thing right there. That's it.
And if I go back over the years of us being together, and I've always said this belongs to you, and somehow I'll pray that you can get this shield, so to speak, where when fiery darts come at you, you don't let it pierce your skin. So So
you know what the funny thing is? It's not everyone. And that's the thing. It's those, and that's what I have to pray and ask
it's
God for.
those certain
Those
ones.
really close to when those it's those close ones.
Well, the devil know.
Yeah, it's those close ones, when those come. And I should when those come, that's the ones that really hurt.
So
that's the one plastic I wanna
that the one plastic. Guard your heart and your mind. Christ Jesus at all times.
Come on now.
I'm gonna come to you in a minute, but I have to go to Miss Christina Price over here and see if she has something that she can peel back. To make life a little more easier, more relaxed for herself on those triggered situations.
Mine would be setting boundaries for people. And
wait. We ain't talking about doing nothing for other people.
But that's for her. Listen,
for you.
That's for her. But
for me, like setting boundaries for people and not having to accept everybody that's coming to me because I do it because of what I call it a insecurity possibly, and not wanting to be disliked or not wanting to be accepted. And that's one thing that I have to get over.
You
and
have that issue? What? Very beautiful woman like yourself have those type of issues?
Absolutely.
Lord have
you
mercy.
You a fine man that you have it.
Yeah.
You a fine man, you have it sometimes.
That I want to be accepted?
Yes, you do.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Within your family.
I'll just be me.
I know, but that's on the surface.
Oh, wow.
I'm just calling. Yeah, it's on the surface.
You really think I give a damn? Okay, don't make laws go there.
I love that. See,
Christina, do you finish?
No, she
won't.
won't.
You have more to add?
Yes, you do.
Because it's something that used to be bigger than what it is. And now, through Christ, I've been overcoming it and just being more comfortable with saying, no, I'm not available, and just being true to how I'm actually feeling, and just setting those boundaries with people and understanding that everybody's not going to like me. Everybody's not going to accept me. Everybody's not going to get me, you know?
And being okay with that.
And being okay with it.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I love that. But we getting some healing on the show today. Abigail, what you have over there?
Because Brother Carter here.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, kind of similarly to what y'all were saying, like it really isn't in your hands. And I think I've had a problem in the past with like control. Like I want to control everything, and I put that pressure on myself. Like, but you really can't control how others treat you, and you can't control how others react to you either. You can only control your reactions and your actions. And so, like, if someone is like rubbing me the wrong way, I like to like kill them with kindness. Like I like to just be really extra nice because I'm gonna make you feel like a hole. Or
but you hope to anyway.
I hope to to show you that like I'm not gonna let you know that you fazed me. And it takes a lot. I have to bite my tongue sometimes because I can get a little heated if I need to. But I've learned to kind of suppress that. So in order
I used to do that, and that was so draining for me. I really used to always, I'm not going to let you see that you got to me. And I would just be this nice person, but I was in the room. I felt I couldn't breathe. And I had to literally stop that because for me, it's not changing. It wasn't changing them, but it was changing me. And people weren't even, all they were seeing was the reaction of me suppressing. And
when you do that suppression thing, when it do finally come out,
you go
back to that plastic you need to pull back.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not what you said, it's how you say it.
Yes.
I think it's important to like choose your battles too. Like some things aren't really like
true that.
Yeah. Some things aren't really worth, speaking on it or anything like that. Some things it's like, okay, that's not
it is what it is. Yeah.
But there are times where it's like, no, I need to speak up. Like I need to speak on this. I need to address this issue because it's not going to get any better, especially if it's something continuous happening. At some point, you do need to address it.
Yes.
Because how is that person supposed to know that
they're doing that if you never address it?
At least give them the chance to adjust their behavior. And if they don't from there,
then you make a decision. You adjust yours.
Right.
Exactly.
I like that.
And Coach Bree has a comment too. She said, I feel like peeling back the plastic is a choice. Sometimes self-discovery gets real and we act like we don't see our toxic traits or say that's just the way I am. We have to choose to change.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
I love that. Can you read Tiara's? She had something up there I could see.
Oh, this was back when we were talking about like when you have to like step away from a situation, or sorry, when we were saying like how we like direct communication.
Yeah.
She said, and I like when my friends shoot it straight with me too. Don't have me out here being wrong and then just let me stay that way.
Yes.
That's not love.
Yes. And I think that we do a disservice. And the reason I wanted you to read that, because I think that's so important, because you can't say that you love someone and you see a booger hanging out their nose and you don't tell them to wipe their nose. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Does it make sense? If you love me, then give me some Kleenex and say, clean your nose. Don't just have me out there, because if you have me out there with something hanging and then I get back and I'm like, I done sat with you for how many hours? And now I need to check our relationship.
Right.
You can check your relationship, because maybe you're thinking that they are something that they're not to you. So
okay. And so what I've learned today is that I have to stop focusing on people outside of myself that irritate me. So what I'm going to do,
look in the camera and do what?
What I'm going to do differently, I hope, is to work on, is to, when I look at that person or see this person that just irritate me because of who they are, I'm going to recognize it at this point. That person is just that person.
Right.
Laws, check yourself.
Think about what is lovely.
Yeah. What is lovely? What is pure? You can have a seat right here next to me anytime.
Lord, that's your amen, Carter. That she reminds you of those good things.
And before we leave today, I do hope that the audience get this out of this segment also, that when something is troubling you, don't just submerge it, suppress it, because it turns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got to get out of this place of just being afraid of they may not accept it, afraid because it's going to turn into a debate, which is my deal. I don't want to debate. When I say something, I just want it to be said, you heard it, and it's a done deal. It don't work that way all the time.
Right, because you're not giving that person an opportunity to communicate their feelings too. So that's good.
I just cuss myself out.
Right then.
Yeah.
You didn't use no, because you learning something.
The Lord is working on me on this show.
On the love and
because I'm thinking of things that are what? Lovely. Pure. So I'm working on that peace of God thing, because at the end of the day, we want to have peace.
Yes.
And there is no peace without God. So and so that has to be, that thing has to take place. God and peace go hand in hand. God and love go hand in hand. God and kindness go hand in hand. All these things that are pure.
And if you had him, you wouldn't have to have the plastic.
Come on.
Come on.
What you saying, Christina?
If we have Jesus, we wouldn't have to have the plastic. But that's, if we have plastic in a certain area in our life, it's because we're lacking Jesus.
Right.
In that area.
In that area.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Abigail is saying.
And we all have something to work on. So don't get offended. Just look at your own life. You know what the plastic is in your life. Start peeling it off so you can be real.
Well, we have we at that point where it's final thoughts, and
that was the final thoughts.
But baby, let me.
You gonna do another one?
Baby, just give me one
all right,
second. I see. I let the best co-host ever.
I know.
Baby, don't you looking at your?
Yes, because I told Abigail
Brother Carter. Brother Carter? Brother Carter. Do you enjoy
football start
Brother
today
Carter,
at 11 o'clock?
Brother Carter.
Deion Sanders and his team is going out there to raise some cane at 11 o'clock. I want to be there.
You're committed to radio shows, Brother Carter, and I'm going to hold you to it. That's your plastic.
Oh. See, Brother Carter.
I gotta work on it. She just being who she is.
I want to say this. You are the best.
I love you, girl.
You are the best co-host, but you have to most of the time, surrender to the host. So, final thoughts.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Just like submit.
Surrender. Lay it down. There you go. Wave the white flag. No, I want to say that for my final thought of the show, I think this has been an amazing show. And the good thing is I don't have to rush off because it's my show and coming on my platform, our platform. So it was an amazing show. I think I learned something. And I think the one thing that I have learned is that I am growing.
Yeah.
And I still have room to grow more. But I am growing. I don't.
You mean the Love and Victory show growing? You growing? What are you saying? You're growing
individually,
personally.
You evolving as an individual.
You know, yeah. You with me every day. You don't think I'm evolving? Am I growing? No, you do.
No. You know, you always say, don't give no half. Ass.
Okay.
Sentences.
Okay. I feel like Valerie Carter personally has grown so much, and I am growing. Yes. I am growing through the Love and Victory show with Val that God placed us on, because every Saturday I walk away different and better. But if I take that even further back and look at my life, even how I react to people and situations, I've grown a lot. And I'm just, the plastic is coming. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So mentally transitioning.
Mentally,
yes.
I'm really when I say I'm good and getting better, I'm good.
All right. That's what we
I just don't want to. I got one thing I'm working on. I'm working on that thing.
One more thing you working on?
Not letting that thing that means people that mean so
those
much
darts,
to
those
me.
fiery darts.
Oh my God! I don't want it to just
do
that to me. When God get me there,
when God put that shield up,
yeah, I better get away.
Yeah,
she gonna be running and jumping and shouting like there is no tomorrow.
All right,
to say that. So, I'm gonna let you go ahead and allow everybody, if they had any final thoughts, anything you want to say. You want to lead the people?
I'm co-hosting today.
Okay,
working.
Alyia.
Yes.
I thank you so much for coming on. But what do you want to leave the people with?
I just want to say, be authentic, set boundaries, put yourself first. But as I've learned today, do think about the other person. Sometimes you need to check yourself. So I'm learning that it's a process for me. I am growing, but I still have a lot more growth to do. But I just want to say, continue to evolve. And as for all of us, we have a lot of work to do within ourselves. Put God first and continue to have faith, and we will be the best version of ourselves.
There you go. Don't stand still. Keep evolving. I love that. And come on, Christina, with your wise self. Come on.
I just want to tell people, just love yourself. Love on yourself, before you try to be, something and everything for everybody else. Learn to love yourself, and you learn to do that by loving on God and allowing Him to show you how He loves you, so you can learn how to love yourself and other people. And then, go to the next steps about, just evaluating self and things like that. But start off with just loving yourself and loving God and allow Him to love on you.
Oh, come on now. Aaron?
Honestly, this is just a really awesome conversation that we've had today. And
what did you get out of it? I
think when people put up plastic, like we're talking about, it's like, oh, like a mask and everything, but it's also more like, it's just simply a defense, right? Like Coach Bree, she had a comment I saw in here. She was asking Brother Carter, like, oh, like what if people just don't have plastic? And I sat here and I was like, no, everyone does, because everyone is always going to have some kind of defense, because no one has no bad experiences.
There you go. Very good. All right. Aaron, Abigail.
I always love these conversations. I feel like I always leave the show feeling like I like learned something, even though like I know what we're going to talk about. You know, we put a lot of prep into every single show, but I never know where the conversation is going to go. And as much as I contribute, I also learn, and like I'm receiving everything that everyone's saying. And I just learned, you know, like Aaron said, we all have stuff that we need to work through, and it's not always about the other person. It's almost always just about you. You are only in control of yourself and your life.
Come on now.
And there's nobody else that you're responsible for.
Come on now.
And before you close out,
I'm not gonna close.
Okay, I just want to say, make sure to follow us, LV with Val, on all social media platforms. Download the LV with Val app. We have music for you guys 24/7. I'm adding a whole bunch of new music for the rest of this year. We also have a bunch of talk shows. We have Tasteful and Toxic, which the one that came out this week was really good, y'all. If you haven't watched it, y'all need to watch Tasteful and Toxic. It is so good. Part 2 is coming out next week. Brother Carter and Mrs. Carter get a little heated.
She is so messy.
They get a little crazy in that one. So
we get a little more toxic than
a little
tasteful.
more toxic in that one. We also have VK Career Conversations on the 1st and 3rd Monday of every month. Tasteful and Toxic is every Wednesday at 8 a.m. We also have Mental Wealth with Steph. That's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
And Love and Victory Show with Val.
But I do want, there's a couple of good comments that I really want. Coach Bree, and then I want you to go to DC. Read them before we go off.
So, Coach Bree, that's the one that Aaron kind of mentioned
let's
already.
go to DC.
Okay, we'll go to DC. DC says, bless you, Brother Carter and sis. May God continue to bless you and the platform that he has given to you. To him be the glory.
We received that. Thank you, DC. I just, when someone's wanting to shed blessings our way, I thank you. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Carter crew and all of those that show us love out there every Saturday.
Before you leave,
Brother Carter.
because we talked about a lot about love today, and we talked. So I want to give you just some small instructions on how to get this love for yourself and for God. Pick up your Bible, read it.
There you go. Don't just have it there.
Pick up your Bible, read it.
Everything is
get an understanding. Then you'll learn how to evolve and find this greater love outside of ourselves.
Oh, come on now, brother.
All right. I'm done. I didn't preach enough today.
All righty then. Well, again.
Well, I want to thank my lovely. I want to thank the ladies for being on the show. Y'all been terrific today. Wow. Abigail, Aaron, y'all been lovely. Thank y'all. And let's give us all a round of applause. I'm the best co-host on the radio.
You can't do nothing but love. You are the best. Give me some. And we'll see y'all next Saturday.
All right.